Welcome, everyone. We're just waiting for some people to connect with audio. So happy that you're here. Welcome, Deborah, Christy, Mahmood, and Catherine. Welcome. If there's Catherine and Mahmood. Oh, wonderful. So, hello. If you'd like to come on camera, we'd be happy to see you. And you can share where you're connecting from. Hi, Catherine.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Well, I'm Charissa Sims, a live event host with Humanities Team and psychic, medium, spiritual healer. And I do these monthly sessions called Setting Intentions with Guided Meditation. So I'm connecting from Lafayette, Colorado, which is about 20 minutes from Boulder, Colorado, the headquarters of Humanities Team. So I'm very close. So Catherine, would you like to share where you're connecting from?
From Vancouver Island in Canada, British Columbia.
Well, welcome. I've been there. It's a beautiful place.
Yes.
So I'm so happy that you came today. So, and then Deborah, do you want to share where you're connecting from?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Deborah, and I live just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we have two Canadians.
Yay. And I think I was bringing in the Canadians because I have these gloves that have the Canadian leaf, and I was wearing them today because it got cold. But Mahmood, where are you connecting from? Am I saying your name properly? Oh, you have to unmute. I'll ask you to unmute. Hold on, don't talk yet. Let's see. Huh. Well, you can also put it in the chat. Oh, there you are.
So I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so we're going to be talking about setting intentions, and I also like to talk about the energy of the time. So I don't bring in astrology. That is one aspect of this time, but I do talk about gene keys and Mayan cosmology. So there's my dog in the background. I don't know if you can see her. That's Akira. So, so what I wanted to start with is if everybody has an intention, they could share it and speak it out loud. And then we can talk about it and go deeper into setting intentions. Do you want to start, Catherine?
Just bringing peace right now. We're so divided. So.
Thank you. What a beautiful intention. Bringing peace right now. Yeah, and one of the things that I talk about with intentions is speaking it as if it's already done. So that's a powerful way to manifest intentions. So it could be something like, I feel the peace within me, and peace is everywhere I go. Or I know that intuitively you're thinking on a larger scale. But that's how we start, is within. And so I'm so happy and grateful that peace is pervasive on this planet, or something like that. I'm so happy to experience peace on this planet, you know. So that could be one way you word an intention, like it's already happened and it's done. because when it's done inside our minds, in our hearts, it can be manifest in reality. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Catherine. And Deborah, would you like to share an intention? Do you have an intention that you wanted to bring in?
Sure. It's funny, it's like sometimes, all these synchronicities happen. And the last couple of weeks, it's like my path of things I needed clarification on, things just pop up. And it's like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. And this morning, even just like I saw your the email about this event now, and I haven't participated before, and I was looking forward to it. And even just an hour ago, sometimes I get stuck in a people pleasing. And something came up on my feed just 15 minutes ago, and it was about dishonest peace. And even though I talk about, yes, I'd love to see peace everywhere, but peace comes within being truthful to yourself. And sometimes we think we're being peaceful, but are we really being peaceful as in truly honest with ourself? Like even with what I wish to communicate, I'm not to keep the peace. Like there's a dishonest peace versus me speaking my truth, because I know some of the truth will cause conflict, you know what I mean? Some ruffles. So it's like getting kind of stuck in that wall. So my intention is peace, but not dishonest peace within.
Yeah. I love that. Yes. So look at the synchronicity, Catherine and Deborah talking about peace. That's so beautiful. I love that when that happens in the groups. So one of the things I wanted to say, is it okay if I do a little bit of coaching on that, Deborah? Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that's really powerful is when you're setting an intention, always coming from the positive. So in other words, your body sometimes, or your mind, a little bit disconnects when you hear like the opposite, doesn't know what to do. So there's a little bit of like lack of clarity. So my suggestion would be to say, instead of not being dishonest, to just say the positive. Be honest. Being honest with the boundaries, or being honest with the peace within, and feeling that all around me, or something to that effect, where it's just more clear, then your heart can resonate with that deeper. Yeah. And then, oh, I need to be honest with myself, versus there's a little bit of a block with not being dishonest, So does that make sense?
Yes, that's awesome. And that's perfect. It's what I need to hear, because I can feel the disconnect, right? And it's like, that's why and I'll just say quickly, like, that's why it feels a block, because that's what I'm doing. And it's like, I want to go this way, but my body's going this way. And I can feel that. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So now your body and your heart have that clarity on how you need to be with yourself with that intention. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Garth. I want to welcome Garth Catterall. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late.
Well, that's okay. We're happy to have you. I started recording in the cloud.
Good.
So
Excellent.
Garth is my partner in crime, and he helps me with technical support and video production. He did an amazing feat at the Global Oneness Summit, right? You guys worked really hard on that.
Yeah, I did 50 panels.
Wow. That's amazing. Did anyone here get to see the Global Oneness Summit? No. Well, being members, you can actually go back, and it's a lot. It's 6 days, full days of sessions, but you can look up who you resonate with. And you can also, since Catherine and Deborah were talking about peace being part of their intentions, some of the sessions were about that. And you could look that up and really ground your intention and hear other people's opinions about that. It's really powerful. It's a really powerful summit. What's that, Garth?
Charissa hosted about 10 of the panels too. So,
I did.
and they're all on Humanities Stream.
Mm-hmm. So that you can just do a search in Stream Plus, do a search for Global Oneness. Right, Garth?
Yeah, I would say it's easier just to go to the homepage
Section.
and scroll down to the Global Oneness Summit section and click on the first one.
Yeah. So that the one this year was the Art and Science of Living Consciously. So it was beautiful. All right.
More
So
people.
yeah. Go ahead, Mahmoud. If you would like to share your intention, we would love to hear it.
Yes, I know that everything, if goes through the subconscious, it will be done. So my intention is to find a straightforward way to change the programming of my subconscious mind, that get rid of the limitation that it has according to the everything that I have heard, I have seen, and so on. So the intention is actually to be able to change the programming of my subconscious for the better, for the peace of world, for the peace of in me, for the peace of everybody around me.
Beautiful. I love that. And, I would say, I mean, for all of you that are on the call and today, it would be really good to write down your intentions. And for you, especially, Mahmoud, because I felt like it was a little bit long, but then at the end was, dare I say, perfect. At the end, you got really clear, change my programming for the better, to increase the peace and consciousness. Yeah. So, and you could even think about talking about past tense, like it's already happened. I'm so happy and grateful. I've changed my internal programming to be of peace, love, and abundance, or whatever feelings you want to attach with that programming, because I would assume some of the old programming could bring other emotions like stress, anger, or other negative feelings that maybe got pushed down. And then this new intention can be clear on how you want to feel because of that shift. Does that make sense?
Yes, completely.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that will really help manifest it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. You're welcome. And, and just an additional comment about that. If you're even more specific, because there could be some positive programming in your life, like connection with family, or there could be some positive. So it's not that you want to change all the programming. You might want to change one or two aspects and really dial in and narrow it down on what are those patterns, because awareness is the first step in healing. So if we're general, our body is maybe not knowing where to go with that. And there may be some things that are healthy, the programming that you've had in your past. So does that make sense?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay.
I have to be specific about what I want to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that will really help. And then you can even break it down into two intentions. So if like you have one for this thing and then another one for the next thing, you know. So I think no more than 3 intentions at a time. And then you can move on in like a few weeks or a month, and then go into the next intention, because your body and your energy loves repetition and focus. That's why heart math is so popular, like touching on your heart, sending yourself love, like that repetition can create deep self-love, and then you have this vibration of love. So
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you. Thank you for sharing. Rita or Katya, would any of you like to share your intentions if you brought an intention today? You can just unmute if you'd like. And you do not have to share. It's completely optional. So, well, I appreciate you both being here. And Katya, you've got quite a beautiful vision, a picture in your Zoom window that we all get to appreciate, the light coming in. I feel like it's like heaven on earth. Yeah, go ahead. Deborah? Yeah.
Yeah. So just for clarification on how I could set my intention, would it be like my intention is to like change my programming to reflect honest peace within and without? Or within, like,
Yeah, I mean, I personally think that it's better to focus on within, and not necessarily have that outward focus, because then we start vibrating at that level and start seeing it in our reality. So that would be my suggestion. But you don't necessarily have to take on what Mahmoud was saying about changing your programming. You could just say, I think it's powerful to say, to be honest with myself, you know, and have clarity for my boundaries and still feel that peace, because you can disagree with someone and also respect that they have their opinion. That I feel like that's a little bit of like what oneness is about, because we're all connected. We've got this field of energy, but everyone is unique. So everyone's opinion is their belief, and they can have that and still be accepted and loved for who they are. And that's my opinion about that. And that's how we create unity instead of like that division, especially that happens in politics, I feel. So what do you think about that, Deborah?
yeah, I resonate that and appreciate your words and the clarification, because I think I've experienced the oneness and in the bliss like a few years ago, and I was so excited and ecstatic and wanting to share, but trying to understand, learn more. But when I approached different groups with my truth and wanting to share, it was like I was shut down. Like I would be in a church environment, and I wasn't trying to preach, but I would say a few words to contribute a different perspective, and it was like shut down or shut down in this area, in this area. And I think that's where I'm stuck. It's like trying to be honest with my truth, but not safe. Know what I mean? And I want to go like, stay with my truth, but you can't bully your way through truth, right? That block. So it's getting in alignment. And that's what I'm hoping, like with this intention, because it's kind of rocked me. Like I'm stuck in two worlds, and I know it's only one. And I've experienced the oneness. And it's like just trying to get back without the trying.
Mhm. Well, I did want to talk about that a little bit, because you can hold the truth within your heart and not necessarily speak it. You could say, if people all around you are talking about the opposite of what you believe in, you can hold that truth and maybe express it another time, or through writing, through a post, or through blogging, or in another way of expressing that through art or a poem. So I feel like it's not important for people to hear your beliefs. You can still be grounded in your truth, but you don't have to always speak it. You could speak it in other ways. It is what I'm getting. Or you could just like walk away, and I'm not saying blocking it. I'm just saying you could do it in other ways, because a lot of times people will do what you're just saying, shut you down, because they don't want to hear the other side. They just want to commiserate and be in that, whatever it is, in that reality. They don't want to think about there could be a reality or option for them, because they're comfortable in that space. It's their identity. So that's who they think they are. But really who we are is limitless divine beings. So we do have a comment from Rita. Thank you, Rita. It's amazing what you're experiencing. Just know that you're on the path. Yeah, it's beautiful. And just finding ways to show your truth that feels resonant. That doesn't necessarily have to mean speaking it in a conversation where everybody thinks the opposite. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you can use discernment. And maybe it's just you say something that's more of a question. Have you ever thought about this? What do you think about this? Like being more curious. It's a curious stance versus like, this is who I am and I'm not you or that. It's more of like honoring what their opinions are and your own truth, but posing it as a question. So anyway, thank you. Thank you for sharing. It helps all of us, anytime we have questions or probe, it really helps all of us in our journey. So I appreciate you, Deborah.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. I would like to comment on Katya. Her vision is to be more positive and optimistic. So she has a tendency of being negative and complaining. So remember what I said about healing, awareness is the first step. So this is very healthy that you're getting this out and you're realizing that you have this tendency. I'm just like feeling my heart warming right now. And you want to have a different experience in life. So then that last part of your comment, I want to have a really good time in November. Travel, play, and be happy. You could say, I'm so happy and grateful that I am expressing my truth, having a great time traveling and playing. So that's how you can come from like an optimistic point of view in setting your intention, as feel it as already done. So I would say just focusing on that last part. Don't focus on how you were in the past, because that was the past. Okay. So you don't have to identify with that anymore. This is the moment of change for you. You have this tendency, not anymore. You catch it. Just catch yourself, pause, take a deep breath. If you hear the negative thoughts or emotions, everybody just breathe with me. And just release it. And then you have to slow down a little bit. You do have to slow down so you don't go down that rabbit hole. And then choose. We're powerful, energetic beings that have choices. So then you can choose at that point, how can I shift this to the positive? Like, for example, if something negative happens, I use the Kabbalah principle. So I've studied Kabbalah, and they say, pause, what a pleasure. Anything negative, pause, what a pleasure. How can we know that everything is for our highest and best good? Even if it doesn't seem like it or look like it, it is. And shifting that, what is the good that's coming out of this? What is the good that's coming to me from this experience? Instead of the opposite, why me? Why does this always happen to me? Think about, what have I learned from this? How have I grown? How has this helped my own ascension process? And then, so I hope that was helpful talking about that. Pause, what a pleasure. So let's see. I wanted to read Garth's intention for a happy election day tomorrow. And then Katya says, exactly. I really like it. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that feedback, Katya. Beautiful. You got this. I believe in you. You know, you're not who you were even just a few moments ago. Step into that. Step into your power. You're taking your power back and choosing a new life of joy, peace, and love. Thank you. So, and then we have Rita. Would you like to share anything? I appreciate your thoughts on, for Deborah. Would you like to share? I know you're unmuted right now. We'd love to hear from you if you'd like to speak.
Yeah, so I can't get the camera thing to work. I've tried
That's
to
okay.
get on, but sometimes I'm a bit shy about being on camera. But yeah, I wanted to. I've got like a few intentions. I've been doing intention setting for quite a while, and this first one I always is my first intention. I always say pretty much every day, and I actually got it from a book, but it really resonated with me. And I'd say it now. I'll read it out now from my book. It says, I set my intention to elevate my consciousness and awareness, to allow my heart light to be ignited and for energy to flow through me. I'm not very good at like making decisions. So I'm quite like a laid back person. I just want the consciousness energy to kind of like come through me so that like I'm led to good things. I don't want life to be hard. Life's supposed to be joyful and creative. So I use like affirmations, I set intentions. One of my favorite affirmations is saying, I am joyful, creative, and abundant. I just want the energy to flow through me. I don't want it to be difficult. Life shouldn't be hard. It should just be about like getting up and being led to something joyful. And if something does come up, you just recognize it, and then you just kind of go, well, what could I do to get myself out of the habit? Because when we are in a negative spiral, we can go down. And like for me, I try and like resonate with my soul. So I try and listen to my soul guidance rather than my ego, fear, mind. And I think to myself, okay, what would my soul like to do? I do things like diamond art painting, or like coloring in. I'm a kind of like a big kid at heart. I try and nurture my inner child, go for long walks, anything really. Just like sometimes the simple things in life, just the simple joys, give us the most pleasure. If I'm watching like too much negative TV and I recognize it straight away, I'll try and like come off the TV and I think, okay, what can I do? Even if it's just like dancing in your living room or something. So I just want to say to Deborah that like I agree with your comments, Charissa, that it's not up to her to like wake people up. She's got to concentrate on her own journey. We're not here to like wake people up. It's about like concentrating on our own individual path. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Charissa.
Oh, you're welcome, Rita. Yeah, blessings. And if you feel called, and it's not too much work, I would love for you to write in your intention in the chat. And everyone else, feel free to write your intention into the chat. Because I think it's powerful, and everyone else, you could have that intention, but shorten it a little bit. So it's up to you, Rita, but I love that intention and your affirmation. So thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I think intention setting is a little bit different than goal setting, because intention setting, I feel it comes from your heart more. It feels more spiritually based, but you could have both. You could have a goal and then you can have an intention. So what Rita was talking about is starting her day. So with this intention that consciousness flows through her. So you could have an intention to start the day, like a spiritual action, like a meditation. You could meditate and then think about, what's my intention today? Maybe it's life flows to me with ease and grace. So it could be like that, things coming easily to you. And then where is your intention coming from? How can it serve an even bigger purpose? And then I talked about having focus, 1 or 2 intentions, and then connect with a feeling like it's already done. And then you can write it out. And also, I wanted to mention there's a really great course by Natalie. Namaste. It's called Manifesting from Within. And so you could look that course up if you feel called on Stream Plus. You have access to it. And it can help even ground that energy even more. And when you're setting these intentions, you can bring that intention into your heart and visualize golden light around you. You can ask for help from your guides. Because we have free will, they can't intervene unless we ask. So we can ask for help from our angels, guides, ascended masters. My main guide right now is Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. So yeah, she's saying, have compassion for yourself. Give me that message right now. So thank you. And then some other things are you could record yourself and listen to that intention, like before you go to sleep, to get it in your subconscious. And that's about all I wanted to share. But another thing was coming up. It's so interesting. If you feel called, also paint or draw a picture of what you would be like or how that would feel, that intention. So maybe there's like some artistic expression that's wanting to come through you. I'm not sure, but I don't always say that. So thank you for sharing, Rita. I appreciate it.
Sorry, Charissa, can I just say one more thing before you carry on?
Yes.
I want to say that I don't know if I could talk about this now, but I am actually connected with my angels as well. So when I'm doing the prayer, I do like a little prayer to my angels as well. So I've written down on the chat like what one of my many intentions is. But before I say my intention, I always say, "Dear angels," and then I say blah blah blah. I set my intention. So yeah, and yeah, big up to your angel as well. Yeah, your ascended master guide. Yeah, that's amazing. That is, by the way.
What's that? What's
I'm
that
just
last
saying,
thing?
the last thing I said was big up to your master guide yourself, one that's
Yeah,
Kuan Yin. Yeah, that's
Kuan Yin.
amazing. Yeah.
Yes, I feel truly blessed for her presence of wanting to bring the divine feminine back on earth for balance and healing. We still need the masculine, but it's about having it more in balance, because the divine feminine has been pushed down for too long. So it is time for us to express and have a bold presence on this planet for healing. And that,
I agree.
yeah. And it's for men too, men have divine masculine and divine feminine, and we honor all of that. It's not about the sexes. So it's more about the energy. So divine masculine is like action oriented. So there's a time for taking action, and then there's a time for letting it flow and being, and that's the feminine. Masculine is doing, feminine is more being and being in the flow. So if we can get into both, then we have a balance in our energetic field. All right. Well, now I'd like to talk about the energy of the time a little bit. And now I'm going to be discussing gene keys. Right here, I'll put this in the chat. So that you know what I'm referencing. So I always think it's good to know the energy of the time so we can work with it. And so gene keys, the energy of the week is 44, and that's going to be ending tomorrow. And what our work is in this aspect is to embrace the shadow and release the gift. So it's moving from, so the shadow would be interference, having blocks or people in our way. And that's where fear comes in. And then moving into the gift, we go into teamwork, working together. And then also synarchy, which is about the power of self-organizing intelligence. And it opens the way for building community, bridging, and collaborating. So the highest gift would be collaboration. Yeah. So how could we work with that? Maybe it's, well, what I wanted to say is you coming in here is being part of the community. So that is working the gift. You sharing in here, whether it's in the chat or live, that is strengthening the gift from the Gene Keys 44. So anything you can do that's bridging, that's connecting, that's collaboration, that you're working in the gift of the gene key of that time. Obviously, it's good anytime. It's just that's the energy of this time. Okay, does anyone have any questions about the gene keys? And feel free to look it up yourself. You can get a free chart. I am in no way associated with the gene keys. I just like it. I find it fascinating. So, okay, no questions. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll go into Mayan cosmology, and I'll read from this website. This is the website that I subscribe to their daily cosmology. So it's 11 Ajmak today, 11/4/24. Are you ready to forgive and transform? A lot of what we were talking about, of like changing our habits and programming, is about forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others. So today we may find ourselves facing things from our past that we may have wanted to forget rather than forgive. If we want to move on to our future, we have to be at peace with our past. We're here on earth to embrace and enjoy our humanity, all aspects of life. Like Rita was saying, joyful, creative, and abundant. Of course, we aspire to great things and to be good people. However, even when we try to do the right thing, sometimes it ends up causing problems for ourselves or others. Sometimes we do sneaky things that are not in the best interests of those around us. We hope we won't get found out, get seduced by the sensual, and fall off this path. This is part of our humanity. So it's saying, we have the weak and we have the strong. It's our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. If we make the journey without ever making a mistake, we miss out on the experiences. Yes, that's part of being human, which we started, and this is why we started the journey. These experiences help us grow, but we also need to know that the experience is done. We need to understand how to keep the lesson and release the emotional attachment to the experience. Guilt, shame, and blame can act as signposts, reminding us of the consequences of our actions. They were markers along the way, pointing to the direction of our journey and how we move towards our destination. So we can all heal this through spiritual transformation and the practice of forgiveness. And then let me talk a little bit about the number 11. Now we have 11/11 coming up next Monday, Veterans Day. But that is the number for today. So that's kind of interesting for Mayan cosmology. It's a high and odd number. It gives some rather challenging properties. And you're sure you need to be doing something, but unsure why. It's a master number. So you're collecting experiences through your journey. So whenever you see the 1, we have Simran, I'll put her name in here. If you search for her courses, she talks about signs, and the number 11, she has like 11 radio and publishing. So this is like her brand. So it's kind of interesting. If you want to dive into signs and symbols more, I highly recommend Simran. All right. So, and she's available on Stream Plus. So you're already members. All right. Now, does anyone have any questions before we dive into the meditation for today? Okay, well, wonderful. And I just so appreciate your full participation today, all of you. Thank you so much. And after the meditation, we're just going to end the call, okay? And if you'd like to talk to me more, I'll give my email at humanitiesteam.org. And you can give any feedback to me or to the people at Humanities team. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Garth, do you have anything to add before we go into the meditation? Nope. Okay, we're good to go. All right. So yeah, feel free if you'd like to, you can turn off your camera and whatever you'd like. It's up to you. And just get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes. We're going to ground our energy. So with your feet flat on the floor, visualizing roots coming down from the soles of your feet into the core of the earth. And I'm just going to create a safe bubble around us, gold amethyst bubble around our group. So that we may be in alignment with our highest and best good. May our intentions be manifest into reality in divine timing. And now taking another deep breath in through the soles of the feet, coming up all the way up past the head. And when you're ready, release. And just feel grounded in this moment. And if you'd like, you can call in your guides, your angels, ascended masters, any light beings for our highest and best good. You may come in and ask them to help you manifest these intentions. These are pure intentions that you have from your heart. I want you to bring up your intention now. After you called in your guides, angels, whoever wants to come in to help you manifest them. And then bring that intention, feel it in your hands. What does it feel like? How does it feel that it's already been done? Can you feel the warmth in your heart, the joy in your cells, in your energy, in your being? Now you can take this intention that's outside of you, just outside your heart, and you're going to bring it into your heart. It is within you, the power to manifest this intention. You have all that you need. You have learned the lessons in your life to let go of the struggle, to let go of the pain, and to step in to your destiny, which is love, peace, and prosperity. Feel that intention infused into you, becoming part of you. It is now part of your essence, part of your being. And asking the guides, ascended masters, will you help manifest this intention into reality? Hear the answer that you receive. Thank you for asking, they say. Ikuniti shanatikaya kutiniya. Good. And just feeling that intention as it's already done. Maybe visualize yourself. What are you doing? Are you jumping? Are you being a kid? Are you painting? Are you doing the things that you love and you forgot? Dancing. See yourself doing those things that you love again. Reuniting with that joy and passion that has been dormant within you. It's time to be that which you long for, to feel that within your being. As you take another deep breath in, bringing all the way up to the heart and then releasing. Now that intention, we're going to release it to the world and just let it go. Release it to the universe. As you take a deep breath in, we're going to release it. And then feel your intention going out and sparkling out of you, out of your field, and knowing that it is done. And feeling the sensations at the top of your head and your crown chakra. Maybe you feel a warmth, a coolness, a tingling. Just welcoming healing at this time, however healing wants to come to you. Good. As you take another deep breath in through the soles of the feet, really feeling Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, to your forehead, and third eye, and releasing. Any blocks in your third eye, can release them now. And now coming down the face to the throat. This is speaking your truth, knowing your truth, living your truth. What is it that needs to be expressed through me as me? Any blocks in your throat? You could take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, so take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, release through our throat. Good. And just feeling grounded in the truth of all of who we are, our limitless potential, our creative genius and brilliance wanting to come through and be expressed. Good. And then coming down to the shoulders. If you're feeling any pressure to be or do, and just feeling that pressure, if you feel it, just take a deep breath in. Maybe raise your shoulders up, up, up. And as you exhale, drop the shoulders and release. Good. Releasing that pressure of having to be somebody you're not, of having to do everything for everyone. It's time to release the expectation of yourself and others. Ukuniti, ashanati, aku. And then coming down to your heart. Is there anything that your heart wants to tell you now? Compassion is coming again. Loving yourself. And you matter. You make a difference in this world. Ikuoniti, shiritika oyatia. Any blocks in your heart from stepping into your truth, we'll just release them now. You Ukuniti, shinitika enitia. Beautiful souls coming down the body to the organs, the torso, and the sacred womb, the pelvic region. Any stuck energy here, it's safe to release it now. If you take another deep breath in and release. Good. Releasing any energy that no longer serves you, that is not yours and not helpful. And release it into the earth. Watch it sparkle into the earth and be transmuted into new energy, new vibrance, new health and healing. Beautiful. And coming down the legs, knees, any tension in your knees that's blocking you from moving forward, let's release that now as you take a deep breath in and breathe out through the knees. I And then coming down to the shins, ankles, calves, feet, and toes. Being so grateful for the experiences of life, for the beauty of nature that's all around us, continually blessing us with its presence and love. As we take another deep breath in through the soles of our feet, feel that gratitude for all that you have, all that will be coming to you. And release. Good. And any light beings, ascended masters, soul guides, angels that joined us in this meditation, please return. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Collapsing our gold amethyst bubble around our group. Calling your own energy back to you, and I call my energy back to me. We're sovereign energetic beings. And many blessings to you.